It's the grand finale of the 2011 ITTF Pro Tour Grand Finals at XL London. It's the final of the men's singles, and it's the two greatest players in the world at the moment. It's between Ma Long of China and his teammate ZHANG. They'll be coming into the arena any moment now, but what a final to look forward to. Ma Long, number 1 in the world, ZHANG, number 3 in the world. The crowd on the edge of their seats, they've enjoyed some fantastic table tennis already today. There they are, they're on their feet, they're screaming. The players come into the arena in black, ZHANG, in red, Ma Long. The world champion leads the way, followed by the world ranked number 1 player at the moment. This really is the grand finale. The players will be introduced shortly to the crowd by the MC, Johnny Cowan.
Please welcome from China, the world number 1 and the number 1 seed, Ma Long. Please welcome from China, the number 2 seed and the current world champion, John.
Formalities complete. The players and officials shake hands. The players go back to their corners. Of course, there'll be no coaches on this occasion. It's an all-China final. There's ZHANG, just making sure the video camera works okay. This is a big match. Attila Petavari from Hungary will be in charge. Great honour for him. This is a very prestigious title. And there we have the world number 1 playing in red, Ma Long. He's won 14 Pro Tour titles already, 23 years of age. Semi-final of the World Championships in 2009 and 11. Winner of the Asian Games in Guangzhou, China, the multi-sport event that's held every 4 years. And he's first out at the table. He's eager to get this final underway. And here comes ZHANG. Not as many titles to his name, but he's won the big ones in 2011. 3 big titles this year. The first one was in Rotterdam at the World Championships. ZHANG won it. He is the world champion. The second title recently in Paris, the World Cup. ZHANG won it. And this is the third one. This is the Triple Crown, the ITTF Pro Tour Grand Finals. Can he win the big 3? There's the gentleman who's hoping to stop him. But what has he done? He's dominated the ITTF Pro Tour circuit this year. He won the last 3 Pro Tours back-to-back in Suzhou, China. Then he went to Vienna and won the Austrian Open at the Werner Schlager Academy. And then he went to Stockholm and won the Swedish Open. He's in great form. He beat the world number 2 in the semi-final, Wang Hao. And that's pretty trademark. Ma Long, aggressive forehand topspin. It's the best of 7 games. There he is, 23, 3 in the world at the moment, but he is the world champion. So this really is the grand finale to 2011. ZHANG has won the 2 big ones so far. This is the 3rd. Ma Long has dominated the Pro Tour, the events held all around the world over the last 12 months. He's been the main man. Ding Ning in the final of the singles yesterday was on track for the Triple Crown, but she lost to Liu Shiwen. She won the World Cup. She failed at the final hurdle. Will this man fail at the final hurdle? We'll find out in the next 45 minutes to an hour. Two minutes will almost be over. Just practicing a few backhands to backhands on the diagonal. I'm afraid the stats don't look good for the man in black. These two have met on 7 previous occasions, and it's 6-1 in favour of the gentleman on the screen now, Ma Long. We have to go back to March of 2008 at the Qatar Open quarter-final when ZHANG JIKE won 4-3. The last 5 times they've met, Ma Long has been the winner. The last time they met in the Austrian Open, and it was a 4-3 victory for Ma. So this gentleman will be looking to improve his win-loss ratio against Ma Long. But now all pre-match preparations have been completed. Ma Long will serve at the start of the first game. Generous applause from the crowd.
One love.
Backhand to backhand, hit the net. And a little bit fortunate Ma Long, but nevertheless, 1-0.
Love 2.
ZHANG JIKE going for the flick out wide to Ma's forehand, just over, hit it off the side of the table. And Ma takes the first 2 points with his serve. That's where he's at his best, the counter topspin. You think you've got in, you think you've taken the initiative, and then Ma Long pounces in with shots like that. A little bit of side spin on it as well to take it out even wider to ZHANG JIKE's forehand.
3-1.
From ZHANG JIKE, the block down the line was out of this world. Topspin to topspin. Topspin from Ma Long into the body. And how about that for a backhand block down the line?
Two, 4.
The backhand topspin caught at the top of the net. Flicked off the end of the table. Both players using the towel. They're fully entitled to do so after every 6 points.
2-4.
A new rule recently introduced to prevent players overusing the towel. Spectators, of course, like to see play continuous. The umpire just asking ZHANG JIKE to throw the ball upwards and from behind the white line.
3-4.
Relentless forehand topspins from Ma Long, spraying the ball around the table. The number one leads 5-3. Looking for the backhand topspin down the line. No question, that would have been a winner. Launched himself into that shot, literally jumped off the ground. Ma Long now with his second serve. Slightly fortunate for Ma Long. The forehand topspin caught the top of the net. Zhang JIKE doing well there, getting in behind his serve. Determined not to be forced away from the table too far. Held his ground, won the point.
That's 5-6. 7-5.
Zhang just trying to touch the ball very delicately over the net. His touch let him down. And Ma Long with a 2-point lead, 7-5. Ma Long now, there he is, has his 2 serves to come.
Eight, 5.
Brave serve, the long fast serve on the diagonal. Zhang JIKE read it well, got round, just didn't quite get in with the forehand topspin. 8-5, Ma Long leads.
5-9.
Again, the long fast serve into the backhand. Interesting that he should use both his serves in the same style, tactically. Both long and fast, but he won both points. He now leads 9-5.
5-10.
Ma Long, 5 game points. And that's the first game to Ma Long by 11 points to 5. And Ma Long in there, the former Olympic champion, sitting in the crowd. Looks a little bit down in the dumps. He went out to the last 16 stage. But there is Ma Long. He leads by 1 game to 0. And the players now back at the table for the start of the second game. First game to Ma Long, 11-5.
Zhang to serve.
It's the world champion to serve at the start of the second game.
That's level. One love. Fourth. 1-1.
The umpire calling fault on the Zhang JIKE serve. Looked as though he served over the table. It certainly wasn't questioned by the world champion.
2-1.
Zhang going for the backhand down the line, overhit it. And now Ma Long leads by 2 games to 1.
Two.
Caught top edge of Ma Long's backhand, flew into the sky, and the score's level at 2 points each. Both players away from the table, slugging it out with forehand to forehand topspins. Zhang JIKE coming out on top.
Three.
Backhand to backhand on the diagonal. Both these players, of course, right-handed. Zhang JIKE just mistimed the ball. caught the top edge, flew into the air, and point to Ma Long.
4-3.
Again, Ma pinning Zhang down in the backhand side. This time, Ma Long choosing to step round, played the strong forehand topspin deep into the backhand of Zhang. And at the moment, Ma certainly with the upper hand, leading 5-3 in the second game, but it's Zhang now with his 2 serves to come. Zhang just looking to step round the backhand. The serve drifted long. It was the reverse action service. See how Zhang just takes that little step to the backhand side. Ma Long lets the ball come over the edge of the table, plays a good forehand topspin out wide.
6-4.
This time Zhang following in behind the serve with the fast topspin. There it is. Ma Long just not quite in position.
6-4.
Oh, that's a fantastic return of service. Certainly a new development in the game where players are coming across to the forehand side of the table, as we see Zhang JIKE there to return with the backhand, but then putting a lot of wrist into the action. Side spin, top spin, a very effective technique. Just caught the edge of the table, and the score's level at 6 points each. Again, both players taking the opportunity to towel down. They are entitled to do so every 6 points.
6-6.
There we saw that faintest of touches. Zhang JIKE now back in this second game.
Six, 7. Left. 6-7.
Excellent forehand topspin on the diagonal.
Please continue. Seven, 8.
Ma Long trying to go down the line. Zhang JIKE with service leads 9-7. Three game points for Zhang JIKE. He's now put a run of 4 or 5 points together to give himself 3 game points as the world champion.
8-10.
But then a service error. That's a little bit of a lifeline to Ma Long, because of course Ma Long now has his 2 serves to come. A further 6 points, so both players over to the towel, compose themselves.
8-10.
backhand just caught the edge of the table, and JIKE wins the second game, 11 points to 8. And so this final is now evenly poised by JIKE 1, Ma Long 1. And the players now ready to start the third game, one game apiece. First game, Ma Long 11-5. Second game, JIKE 11-8. So both players now will be fully settled into this final.
Level.
Any pre-match nerves will have gone, and it's Ma Long to serve. That was amazing play by Ma Long. Should have lost the point 2 or 3 times, but he scampered around, and then there he is, making a topspin from around his ankles. And the topspin down the line from JIKE into the net. First point to Ma Long. And then he drives a superb backhand topspin on the diagonal. Ma Long plays that shot so well, comes in as we see there with an open angle, looks as though he's going to push the return, changes the angle, closes the angle of the racket, flicks through the back of the ball. Wonderful play.
3-1.
Ma Long changed his mind there. He was going to play originally over the table, then he realised the service was coming long, trying to readjust his shot, didn't quite have the time. Point to JIKE.
4-1.
So strong, Ma Long. Backhand, forehand. Quick on his feet. Wherever you place the ball, there's a good chance it's coming back with a lot of speed and spin.
1-5.
Straight down the line from Ma Long. 6 points have gone, and it's Ma Long who leads 5-1.
1-5.
What a shot.
6.
JIKE, very brave there, going long, fast serve down the line. It bounced a fraction high, but nevertheless, wonderful reactions from Ma Long. What can you do to win a point at the moment? JIKE there with 2 superb forehand topspins. Somehow Ma Long managed to block them back, got himself into the rally, and went on to win the point.
One.
So Ma Long racing to victory in this third game, 8-1. Clever tactical play by JIKE, forcing Ma Long to attempt a backhand chop. Not a shot that you associate with Ma Long.
Let 2-8.
The push a little bit too long from JIKE. 8 game points for the #1 ranked player in the world.
Ten, 3.
Backhand to backhand. An error from ZHANG JIKE. And Ma Long takes the second game 11-3. The players return to their coachless corners. And it's Ma Long who leads by 2 games to 1. So the players back at the table to start the 4th game. Ma Long leading by 3 games to 1. Of course, it's the best of 7. First player to win 4 games. Ma Long's got 2 in the bag. He needs 2 more. And of course, ZHANG JIKE needs to win 3 of the remaining 4 games to pull off an amazing Triple Crown, World Champion, World Cup, and ITTF Pro Tour Grand Finals.
2 left.
But there is a massive obstacle in front of ZHANG JIKE in the form of Ma Long.
2-1.
Powerful topspins all the time coming back. ZHANG JIKE is in with strong topspins, but the word block does not exist in Ma Long's vocabulary. Everything's returned with power, with speed, with spin. Here he goes again.
1-4.
It's like a machine. It's like a train coming at you. Backhand, forehand, sprays it around the table.
5.
The serve was long. Ma Long's round like a flash in with the first. Topspin wins the point. ZHANG JIKE shakes his head. That's a great backhand block. Straight down the line by ZHANG JIKE, held his ground. Doesn't back away from the table. Ma Long's already committed himself to running round the backhand. Scampers across the table. To no avail. 5-2. Superb. I'm running out of superlatives to describe the way this gentleman's playing. It's a wonderful forehand topspin straight down the line. May just have caught the top of the net, but even so, fantastic play.
Let 2-6.
Again, that's flick return, the open racket. As an opponent, you're not sure, is he going to push it short? And then at the last second, the angle changes and he flicks through the back of the ball. Before you know it, the ball's coming like a bullet into your body.
8-2.
Good to know that he occasionally misses one. 8-3, Ma Long leads. Marlong, 8-4. A
4,
further
8.
6 points, having progressed, gives the players the opportunity to towel down again. They both do so. ZHANG JIKE to serve.
4-9.
The serve drifted long. Marlong's in with the topspin into the body of ZHANG JIKE. He now has 6 game points. And there it is, the 4th game to Marlong, 11-4. He won the 3rd game 11-3. He's hit a rich vein of form and he leads by 3 games to 1. And so the players back at the table for the 5th game. It could be the final game if Marlong wins. ZHANG JIKE there will be hoping to keep Marlong out there as long as possible. And who knows, he needs to win the remaining 3 games.
1 left.
It could well be that the relentless forehand and backhand topspins from Marlong could be a little bit too much on the day for ZHANG JIKE. Have to remember, ZHANG JIKE has won the 2 big titles this year, the World Cup and the World Championship, and the 3rd big title is being contested right now. Marlong, on the other hand, has been Mr. Consistency on the ITTF Pro Tour circuit, won the last 3 tournaments back to back. He won in China, he won in Austria, and he won in Sweden, and we're seeing why he did. Very powerful, very consistent, very quick on his feet. At the age of 23, he already has 14 Pro Tour titles to his name in men's singles. ZHANG JIKE, of the same age, only has 2. But of course, ZHANG JIKE has got the big one. He's the world champion. ZHANG JIKE holding his ground on the backhand. And after the first 6 points, it's honours shared, 3 points apiece. And as they are entitled to do so, both players toweling down.
Three. Four.
Trying to make the backhand topspin down the line, ZHANG JIKE. The ball was a little bit tight to the edge of the table. Didn't quite get the shot in that he would have liked. Marlong 4-3 in the lead.
4-4.
4-5. Again, it's the strong backhand topspin from ZHANG JIKE, spinning the ball up going for spin rather than speed, but it's paying dividends. Ma Long now with his second serve in this sequence of 2.
Five.
Halfway stage of the 5th game, 5 points apiece. What a rally. Both players taking it off the bounce, going backhand to backhand on the diagonal. And then it's ZHANG JIKE who whips it down the line. Ma Long
6-5.
manages to get across, but hits the ball with the top edge of his racket. It flies up into the air. ZHANG JIKE leads 6-5. What a counter topspin. The serve drifted long. The reverse action service, the bat going away from the ball. Ma Long in with topspin, but look at that counter topspin from the world champion. 7-5. But Ma Long leads by 3 games to 1.
5-7. 6-7.
Ma Long in with the forehand topspin. 7 points each. ZHANG JIKE with the serve. That was a great return of service by Ma Long. You see this incredibly powerful player, but he also has this ability to touch the ball very tight over the net. And ZHANG JIKE now has called a timeout. Each player is entitled to 1 timeout during the match, often used when one player's gained the momentum, and that's exactly what's happened here. ZHANG JIKE led 7-5. Ma Long's won the last 3 points, and ZHANG JIKE is on the brink of defeat here, and so it was a good time to call the timeout. Hopefully he can break this run of points by Ma Long, but of course Ma Long now just 3 points away from winning the men's singles title here at the Excel Arena.
Seven, 8.
Oh, great topspin by ZHANG JIKE, 8 points apiece. And of course, these players benefit enormously by having the opportunity to play here at Excel. This will be the venue for the Olympics next year. Great venue, great organisation, everything to look forward to. And who knows, this could very easily be the final of the men's singles. But the score now, 8 points each. The umpire, Atella Petrovari, just asking the players to get on with play.
9-8.
Good topspin by Ma Long. Counter topspin, unfortunately for ZHANG JIKE, caught the top edge of the bat, flew up into the lights. And now Ma Long edging his way towards the men's singles title. He leads 9-8. 2 championship points for Ma Long. It was a good return, it was down the line, but look at the footwork. He's out of balance, but he still gets superb power. A lot of topspin, fair bit of speed on that ball. Ma Long now 2 championship points.
8-10.
He has to face the ZHANG JIKE service. The ball dropped a little bit low. It was a very spinny backhand from ZHANG JIKE. 1 championship point saved, 1 remains. And timeout called as everyone was on the edge of their seats. Ma Long decides to keep us all waiting another minute, but it was a clever call. ZHANG JIKE now has to go back to his corner, dwell on the fact that he's facing a championship point. A mental battle going on out there, as well as a physical and technical battle. ZHANG JIKE, what's he thinking? He's the sort of character who could pull a long, fast serve out of the bag. I suspect he'll play with a short serve, look to get in behind the serve. But the crowd are loving it. It's been a great final. The world champion against the world's number 1. And there's the world's number 1. He's 1 point away from the ITTF Pro Tour Grand Finals men's singles title. And the minute is over. The players back at the table. Drama of the highest order. ZHANG JIKE has the ball. He's about to serve. And he saved a second championship point. That flick was right on the baseline, a couple of millimeters longer, and he'd be out of the tournament. He'd be the runner-up. Such is the distance between winning and losing. Alternate serving now. First player to win 2 clear points, and it's Ma Long to serve first. What a forehand topspin. Ran round his backhand, drilled the ball on the diagonal into the backhand of ZHANG JIKE, and it's now 3rd championship point. Will it be 3rd time lucky? We're just about to find out. No, it's not. Nerves of steel. ZHANG JIKE in behind the serve with a good topspin. 10-8 down, 11-10 down. The world champion is not going to give in. 11 points each. Ma Long to serve. The serve drifted long. ZHANG JIKE, forehand topspin on the diagonal. Gain point for the world champion. There it is, it was slightly long. What a point! Forehand, backhand, topspin, spraying the ball around the table. He's topspinning those from underneath the table. Still getting a lot of power, as you can see there on the replays. $12 points each. What a finale to a wonderful event here at the Excel Arena in London. And there could be more to come. 12 points each. Ma Long to serve. He's flicked off the end of the table, ZHANG JIKE. And now Ma Long has his 4th championship point. Takes his time. What a great return of serve, and then a backhand topspin. And Marlon takes the 5th game by 14 points to 12. What a finale to a great tournament. What a great champion in Marlon. He's #1 in the world. He won the last 3 ITTF Pro Tours back-to-back. He's now added to that the men's singles title here at Excel London at the ITTF Pro Tour Grand Finals. A worthy champion, a popular champion with the crowd. And it's going to take some stopping when it comes to the Olympics. Marlon, there he is, the winner of the men's singles title. The umpire, Attila Peklavari, there just getting Marlon to sign the score sheet. A score sheet I'm sure he was delighted to sign, and he makes his way out of the arena. Well done, Marlon.